It's funny to hear a female talk about routes. Like,
I'm Mia Mignon.
Because your quarterback don't know how to throw a back shoulder fade, and every time that he's in perfect position and back shoulder fade in the end zone, he can't throw it. You know, I'm not talking about one simple route.
Back.
Yes, and the reason why I say that is because LeBron James is a product of Michael Jordan.
Love. You know, what do you know about love? What do you possibly think you know about love? You know, I'm sick and tired of men using love like it's some kind of disease you just catch. Love should have brought your ass home last night.
Maury Lang Show with the Renegade Relationship. Let me shatter that myth real quick before you go on. Just because a woman likes sex all the time does not make her a freak. If she can't deep throat or she's not willing to deep throat, then it shatters her own myth.
Welcome back to Routes and Relationships, and I am Mia Mignon.
And I am Maury Langshaw.
Hello, Maury Langshaw.
What's up, Mia Mignon? How are you today?
Great, fantabulous,
Awesome.
excellent, wonderful.
What's on tap today?
Whether or not we're still, as a people, boycotting the NFL.
The good old NFL boycott.
Yes.
Gosh, did you ever boycott?
No, I did not.
I started to and I didn't. And then on the second half
The second
of the program,
we're going to talk
on
about
the relationship side,
Yeah, on the relationship side, when do you tell your friend that they're absolutely wrong? Just completely wrong, and you don't give a damn how they feel about it. You just have to tell them, pull them aside, say, girl or bruh, you wrong.
all right. That's going to be second half, when you tell your friends that they're wrong.
Yes.
All right, so starting off, are you boycotting the NFL still 2 years later?
No. I never boycotted the NFL.
What?
Never, not
Are
one
you
time.
black?
Yes, I am.
Do you believe police brutality
I
is
do.
happening?
I
and
do.
Unjust numbers against black people?
I do. But I don't think boycotting the NFL was the way to go. You know, my belief had always been you boycott the sponsors of the NFL. And then when the sponsors of the NFL pull out of the NFL and they start feeling it in their pockets, then they will make some changes. But until then, you know, those little fantasy things that they got going on, talking about the ratings were down, the numbers were low, and that's probably because you can watch NFL on Twitter, you can stream it on Verizon Mobile, and all that other stuff. But if you hit them in the pocket, then all of the whole boycotting the NFL thing, that's secondary. You didn't see me buy Gatorade. American Airlines is part of the NFL, and we went on a couple of trips last year, and we didn't take American Airlines on purpose.
So, but the ratings, you said the ratings, that's a key component to hitting them in the pockets.
Well, again, those numbers, they want you to believe that, but those numbers are the way they are because you have other outlets to watch the NFL. There was
Right, but
tons
that's
of
accounted
bars.
for.
There was tons of bars that was packed. There was people's houses that were packed. There were people looking at the game. There were people tweeting about the game, Facebooking about the game, Instagramming about the game. So I don't want to hear that the numbers were down. And if they were down, they were still big enough to do as good as they did last year.
Right, well, the NFL's not worried because they're contractually obligated. They're already in mid-contract, so the money is solid for the next 2 or 3 years as far as the NFL is concerned. But with the ratings taking a dip like they have, the renewal of those contracts, that's what the NFL is really worried about, as are all the advertisers.
Exactly.
But that's just for the ratings. So when you say hit them in the pockets, the ratings are a key component of it. So whether you're watching the game at the bar or at home, you know, that's a big deal.
Yeah, but it's not as big as the sponsors. Like, right now, with the whole school shooting stuff and the NRA stuff, right now, they've all running. The NRA is running as scared as I've ever seen them. I don't know how much of a difference it'll make, but Delta said that they were going to pull out. MetLife is going to pull out. United is going to pull out.
Pull out of what?
Their support of the NRA and advertising through the NRA. So they have like at least 6 sponsors that I know about that have stated publicly that, you know, they may have to cut ties with the NRA. And now the NRA is like, oh no, oh boy, are you hurting our law-abiding citizens and woo and all that other stuff. So, but the NFL is not saying that. Because people still buy Gatorade, people still go to Papa John's, who, by the way, isn't their sponsor this year, so it's time for me to boycott Pizza Hut, who they picked up this year. So that'll be no American Airlines. The only sponsor that I use on a regular basis, and I really need to change that, is AT&T.
Right, and the other sponsor is Verizon. Verizon's an NFL sponsor too, so where are you going to go?
I don't have Verizon. We'll go to Sprint.
Right, but so you're going to change...
I'll go to T-Mobile. I'll go to Cricket. Boost
Mobile.
chirp Boost.
So you're absolutely right. The key to changing anything is the money. But how? Like how to change from AT&T to Boost? That's a lifestyle change.
It is a lifestyle change.
Yeah, financially.
But you want a lifestyle change in, you know, police brutality, and black people just want to be able to drive their cars without being profiled. They want to be registered gun owners and not have a problem.
See, and for me, the reason I'm not really boycotting the NFL is because it's so much bigger than the NFL. The protest, what started, is so much bigger than the NFL. I could go into a whole diatribe of the problem between policing and the community. And the training and, you know, since 9/11, the militarization of the police force, that's so much bigger than the NFL, that they're boycotting the NFL because of police brutality is such small potatoes.
Yeah, I agree.
So, I'm not boycotting the NFL.
I'm not either.
I'm not spending any money on the NFL.
Okay.
I don't buy Cowboys gear anymore. Anymore. But as far as watching the games, some things are just very, very important to me. For example, I have 4 boys, 3 of which play football, actually love football. You know what I mean? So the quality time spent.
Wait, and you got a daughter that plays football too, flag football.
And a daughter that plays flag football and loves it. The quality time spent with my children around the sport trumps anything that a boycott will produce. That's number 1. Number 2, the whole reason for the boycott, the narrative has been stolen by your president, and now instead of the narrative being police brutality and social injustice against black people, it's now the respect for the flag. And that is the entire narrative. You don't even hear about the whole reason for the kneeling anymore.
Well, culture vultures. They steal everything from black people.
Right, so you see the white folks ripping up season tickets with the narrative of people need to respect the flag. So now they're boycotting the NFL, and we as black folks are boycotting the NFL. Who's really winning?
The Jewish American people.
The Jewish American people.
The Jewish Americans are winning.
And then here's another thing that's really close home. Number 3 of why I'm not boycotting the NFL. I am a business owner. I've had employees. I've been the boss. And if any of my employees come to my place of work and raise a protest and give my business bad PR, we're going to have problems. So that's the other aspect of the whole Kaepernick thing, where you have a voice, that's great. You use someone else's platform, someone who's paying you to voice your opinion. As a business owner, I take offense to that. I could agree with your boycott, with your stance, with your protest.
But do it outside.
But let's go off my business grounds.
Do it outside.
I will stand lock arm with you if I believe in your protest, which I do, but we're gonna do it off my business grounds.
Okay.
So between those three, the NFL boycott has fallen as a low priority for me.
Well, I just think that the NFL boycott, I don't know, maybe over just like the whole, I'm not going to Florida. When you remember when Trayvon Martin was murdered and they were like, you know what, I'm not going to Florida. Everybody said they wasn't going to Florida, but as soon as they had the Miami takeover.
The Miami takeover 3 times a year. 3 times a year.
Or the American Black Film Festival, who should have, really, if they would have moved it elsewhere, they probably would have had some following going on there. But they decided to stay, and, you know, that's what we do. We want to go along and get along because we just want to be accepted as a people.
Yeah, that's a problem within the black community. Everybody, it seems like everyone in the black community needs to unify. Unity is a big word, and unity is such a strong word, and there's so many diverse people within the black community. Everybody has great ideas. No one has a monopoly on the ideas. However, collectively, we feel we have to unify. We have to agree on the ideas, which no one will. We will never agree on one idea. No. What white people are great at over their history, is not just unifying, but just simply getting on the same page.
Yeah, that's all we need to do.
And that's all we need to do. Just get on the same page. If the common goal is to change police laws, then we don't have to take a knee, or you don't have to wave your flag. We just need to get on the same page with this common goal. We don't have to unify to agree on one strategy. And that's where we fail a lot at. Just black people if we disagree, like these hotep fools out here, they're so woke that they wear their dashikis and kings and they walk around like they're the gods, which we are gods, but everybody's not going to unify on that.
You better not say that, because when Kanye say I'm a god, people say he's crazy. So you don't want to be crazy, even though I
see
agree
what I mean?
Kanye 100%.
See what I mean?
Like that, when someone comes up and says something like, I am a god, everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was, a god. I just told you. That's who I think I am. Would have been better.
People say Kanye's crazy for that, and he's not crazy for that. It's true.
I agree. I'm team Kanye all day.
Right. Even Elon Musk, the billionaire, he's taking like 3 companies to $1 billion status. He's a the true definition of an entrepreneur. He was asking in an interview, who inspires you? And you know what his answer was? Kanye West.
Yeah. Kanye.
Ironically, Kanye was asked the same question, and Kanye said Kanye West.
Exactly. Because he's a god.
I swear. But Kanye West, he alright with me. He a little off.
No, he's not off. He's not off.
See, we didn't.
But we gotta go back to the NFL.
Anyway, NFL.
Are we done?
I'll be.
NFL, nobody's boycotting in our house.
Nobody's really boycotting our house, mainly because my quality time with my family is most important. I'm all about the youth. For me, my offspring, the youth in general, that's what's important to me. If I can spend as much time with them, influencing them, coaching them, teaching them as much as I can, then I'm all for it. If that means we sit around and watch football, we analyze plays, then that's what we're going to do as a unit.
All right. Well, you get no argument from me.
And there you have it.
Enough for the NFL.
Remember your buzzer from the other... Was that halftime?
Yes, halftime.
All right, when we come back, we're talking about...
Oh, my gosh. One of you heifers are going to tell your girlfriend that she is completely wrong for not letting them see her baby daddy. The babies need to see their daddy. When do you tell your friend that he or she is completely wrong? Yes, the babies need to see their dad, and the dude, you need to tell your friend that he needs to stop cheating on that woman that he brings around you, talking about that he loves so much. I love her, but yet he goes out here and sleeps with everything under the sun and be like, look at this one right here, isn't she bad? And you just like, I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing.
So what's the answer to your question? When do you tell your girlfriend that she's completely wrong?
Yes, when do you tell her?
Yes, that's what I'm asking you. When?
You're the relationship expert. I'm going to yield to you first.
Well, for me, I would advise if that's truly your friend, you tell them right away. Goddammit, you tell them right away. You don't wait to see what transpires. You tell them right away, hey dog, you know you're wrong for that. Mm-hmm. Hey dog, man, you need to leave her alone, man. You're in a relationship. Don't do that. You know, how you gonna feel when the chick you sleeping with, side piece, gonna get caught up and cause problems in your own household, man? You need to knock that off, bro. If I want my friend, my true friend, to tell me that, and luckily for me and my boys, we have that type of relationship where we tell each other, like, look, dog, yeah, you was kind of out of line on that one. You approached it differently here. You was kind of asshole on that one. But at the end of the day, they got the point on how they were incorrect.
I agree.
Right away.
I agree right away. Like, I've had situations where I've seen people will, like, let's say you and I, for example, I take you somewhere and I introduce you as this is him, this is my number one, this is my man, and we together.
Right.
So my family and friends are like, oh yeah, she's in a relationship. Then there's another house party function and you're at work, and then I come in here with Jomo Blow. And then I come in here the next time with, Benny. So they like, well, wait a minute, Mia, hold up. And I've seen this. Like, well, like, you can't keep bringing other dudes around my house and then turn around and bring your man back over here. Like, you put me in an uncomfortable situation, because when it all blow up, then they're going to be like, hey, obviously they knew. And so now you were being fake and phony with me, and I don't know who to trust. And I know your loyalty lies with your friend, your cousin, your brother, whoever the case may be. But you know me, I don't like fake ass people. I'm all about honesty in the beginning. So you need to tell me up front.
But you were the one doing it. What do you mean tell you?
Well, I'm just saying, like, yeah, I need to be told. I need to be told from that person. If I'm the one doing it, I need to be told, like, listen, you can do what you want to do. I think it's wrong, but this is my stance on it. But you can't bring your side men over here, and especially after we developed a relationship with your significant other.
But isn't that a bit of common sense, though?
Well,
like, if I'm coming around your cousins and your aunts and your uncles, and you bring somebody else around the same people, don't you, as the main girl that's bringing these dudes around, don't you feel some type of way?
No. Because people do it all of the time. I have family members, and he will bring somebody to one function, bring another person to another function, and it was like a running joke amongst the female cousins. Like, we're just not even going to remember her name until he brings her around at least 2 or 3 times.
Bringing them around the family?
Yes.
God,
yes.
That's so out of line to me. Like, you're going to bring multiple people around your family. It's one thing to date multiple people, to go out and you're at, Joe's one day with one chick, then you at the Palm with another chick another day, then you at Clyde's another day with another chick. But to bring them around your family?
To bring them around your family, or if you at Clyde's one day with
so
one chick,
out of line.
and you would tell your cousin, like, well, what are you doing? You be like, hey, I'm down here at the bar. And so your cousin comes down to the bar at Clyde's and y'all have drinks, and you introduce her as somebody special. But then you go somewhere else, MGM somewhere, and you with the other one.
Wait, and I'm introducing them as someone special, like, yeah,
the first person.
This is my lady.
The first person, yes. You at the bar with the special lady. And then you somewhere else with another person that's not the special one, but that same friend of yours, you like, hey, yeah, I'm out at the bar, you should come have a drink. And they're like, yeah, before I go in, I'll have a drink. So they all come in and they like, well, what the hell? What the hell? Like, I thought he was in a relationship with her. What's up?
Yeah, that's this whole evasive honesty, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been on both sides of it, and it was uncomfortable.
Well, I've never been on either side of it.
I've been on both sides. It's uncomfortable.
It's player.
Don't wait, hold it.
Player. You need to
Didn't I
fix
say
it.
it was all about honesty with me? You have been on one side.
I have not.
Okay.
I've always been who I am. I used to be a serial dater. There's no secret to it. People knew, including you, that I wasn't open to a relationship, but we can hang out. I've never been on both. I've never introduced anybody like this, the main squeeze, and then turn around and have somebody else on the side. I've never done that.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna move over 3 feet, just in case the lightning.
Just in case what?
Just in case the
We're an
lightning.
open and
decides
honest
to
show.
come.
Speak your truth.
Just in case the lightning decides
Speak
to
your truth.
just come down. Okay.
Of course, okay, because it's true.
It's not true. It's not 100% true. For as long as I've known you, I've always told you as your friend, for as long as I've known you, that I can trust you until I can't trust you anymore.
Right.
And as your friend, we never had a problem as your friend.
Right, exactly.
Right,
You
as
were
your
my
friend.
friend.
Yes.
You
as
weren't
your friend.
any
But I've
side
watched
piece.
you as your friend. I watched you as your friend put yourself in some inappropriate situations.
For example,
Put yourself in some inappropriate.
how so?
Like, for example,
Thank you.
I'm going to give
Right.
you an example. I was looking for something to do one day when I got off of work.
You.
You said yes. And you said, oh, you know what? I'm at Bar Louie. You should come to Bar Louie. And I was like, okay, I'll be up there. So I got to Bar Louie. So you had some girl in your face, and you you were in some girl's face, some chick's face. And you was like, oh, this is my coworker, Because I said, you know you're wrong. You know you're in a relationship, and you up in this girl's face. And you was like, no, she going
What do
to
you
go
mean I
see
was
her
up in her
boyfriend.
face?
She going to see her. For those of you that's on YouTube, give me a second. Let me show you. You were up in her face, talking to her like this, all up in her face, in her space.
I was
You were all up in her face, talking.
I was
Anyway,
not.
as your friend, I said, you're wrong. And you were like, no.
It wasn't
She
like
wanna go
that.
see her. You asked me for an example. I'm giving you an
That's
example.
a
You
poor
said,
example.
You said, no, she she gotta go leave at 6. She gotta meet her boyfriend. This is it. You're giving me all these little things. So I said, you know what? I said my piece. I'm gonna scoop my little self over here, and I'm gonna order me something to drink. And so when you got done, whatever it was that you two were talking about, then you turn around and you feel compelled to tell me again, no, it wasn't what it looked like, me. She got a boyfriend, and then you went into
Right.
this whole thing.
Because you were giving me that, what's going on here, look.
Yeah, Because you know you
Yeah,
were
'cause
wrong. I know you because, first of all, the way you was all over top of that girl in that girl's face, you've been in my face like that before, inappropriately.
I was
You
not in nobody's face
were
when I
in
had
her
a girlfriend.
And that's what I told you. I said you have a girlfriend, you have a living girlfriend, and does your girlfriend know you at the bar in this girl's face? If she walked in here right now and saw you in that girl, and I'm just your friend, and I'm like, that shit don't look right. So if I said as your friend, and I know you did that shit don't look right, if your girlfriend would have walked in at that moment, you know what you told me?
What?
She would have no choice but believe what I tell her, because it wasn't like that.
Yeah, it wasn't like
It
that.
was
And I
like
wasn't
that.
in anybody's face like that.
You what?
But the thing is, you know, the problem with me, I could be talking to, like, for those of us that see us on YouTube, the distance between us now, I could be talking to a female from that distance, and it's going to be a problem with whoever I'm in a relationship with. Yes, it will. But just because of who I am in a relationship, my personality.
You trying to say that everybody
it's
that
a problem.
you dated, you trying to say that everybody you dated is insecure because you're talking to a female. Don't you play that mind game trick with me. The fact that you were up underneath that girl's face, you probably could have been a piece of, if she had a mustache, you would have been the mustache. You were that close up to her face.
Lying.
You were in her face, but she.
You are lying. Why you gotta exaggerate
I
things?
wasn't exaggerating.
Because I know who you're talking about.
You were. I know you know. Because I know who I'm talking about.
But it's such exaggeration, though. Anyway, you made your point.
You went from
You made
that's
your point.
my coworker to she got a boyfriend to it's not like that. You went from all of those
Right,
things
because I had to
that's
defend
how I
myself
knew-
because
that's how I knew you wasn't right.
I had to defend myself because of the looks and the accusations that you were given.
I didn't give you any accusations.
I was
just told
always
you, Maury, this
clean
doesn't look
cut.
right. This doesn't look right, Maury. It doesn't
Okay.
look right. And it didn't look right. And like I said, had your girlfriend walked in there at that particular time, I would have said, you know what? I would have made a clear path for her to come up there and slap you in the face. Because it didn't look right, and I tried to tell you.
Anyway, alright guys. When do you tell your friend?
I told my friend that he was completely wrong, and do you hear him sitting here? This is what you're gonna get when you tell your friend.
When do you tell your friend
No.
that they are completely wrong?
You tell them when you walk in Bar Louie and they sitting up in the girl's
Do you
face.
tell them right away?
Right away.
Do you tell them after a while? Do you let things kind of happen? When do you tell them? We want to hear from you guys. Comment below. Reach out to us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Email.
The website, routeandrelationships.com.
Yes.
Hit us up and tell us how you feel about it.
Yes, let Maury know he was completely wrong for being in that girl's face when he had a girlfriend.
You're lucky we're out of time. I will call you out on your shenanigans.
I don't have any shenanigans because everybody that I dated back when we were friends, everybody that I dated knew that they were a multiple and they were a part of a rotation. And they had a purpose.
That is such bullshit.
They had a
you
purpose.
had 3 boyfriends that I know of, and a boyfriend is not part of any rotation.
All of them were a part of a rotation.
Oh my
And
gosh.
they all knew of my friendships.
Insecure, Musically,
And Bone Crusher.
and Bone Crusher were not a rotation.
But they were in the beginning.
Oh my gosh.
They were in the beginning.
Yeah, in the beginning. What about the middle and the end?
Well, the middle.
They
and
were-
They
you
still
were
knew
in a
of my
relationship.
friendships. They still knew of my friendships.
Lord, you know, we need to go.
They
We
knew
need
of
to
my
go.
friendships. See, I
We'll
wasn't
table
like,
this.
I wasn't
We'll
like
table this
you.
because she can justify anything
Yes, I
to
can.
suit her argument.
Yes,
But
I
the truth
can.
of the matter is,
The truth is that
she
they
had
knew exactly
boyfriends.
who- They were boyfriends.
Right, that's not a rotation. You
And
can't
one
have
of the
rotation of
boyfriends, and one of
boyfriends.
the boyfriends, how many times did I used to tell him that all I'm doing is going out with the bartender and the rest of the cowboy group? And he could not just buy that. I even invited him out with the bartender and the cowboys group, and he said, no, I don't want to be around them niggas. See, he was just being
But
insecure.
you want to tell the nature of our relationship? Why that's bullshit?
Listen.
Let's just end the show right now. We gotta go. We gotta go because she's so FOS. You're so FOS. Boy, you make these dudes look horrible and make yourself look so great. And you're
No.
if you want to talk about me up in somebody's face and how bad it looks, you need to be accountable for your actions
Yes,
too.
I was in a relationship with those guys.
Right, that's not rotation.
No. Before,
Yes.
in the beginning, that they were a part of
We
the
gotta go.
rotation. They were a part of the rotation in the beginning. Once
Right.
we became a couple,
Exactly.
there
That's
were
what I'm
certain
talking about.
There were certain friendships that I didn't feel that I needed to give up to be a couple with those particular people. I just didn't.
Okay.
So, and they felt like, that my friendship was a problem. It was an issue. And I just didn't like them enough to give up my friendship. Sorry.
Okay. On that note, Instagram, Routes and Relationships.
Yes.
Twitter, Routes_ships.
Yes.
Facebook, Routes and Relationships.
Yes.
YouTube, Routes and Relationships.
Subscribe.
Subscribe to those channels.
Yes. Email.
Maury at routesandrelationships.com. Mia at routesandrelationships.com. Check out the website. Go to routesandrelationships.com/blog. You see all the podcasts listed right then and there.
Yes.
Until next time, fam.
Yet I'm always right.
Peace.